Good evening. This is CTV News for Tuesday, August 21st. I'm Byron Scott. Thank you for joining us. Well, the general election is right around the corner. However, some local activists say they're frustrated about the use of misleading ballots. The term officials, they say, is sometimes used on sample ballots to suggest or imply an endorsement of a candidate. This can be confusing to voters. Tonight, the Prince George's County Democratic Central Committee will vote on a resolution forbidding the use of the term official, but local activists say this isn't enough and that the committee should include consequences for campaigns that produce deceptive ballots.
Well, the resolution, it just clearly states the position of the Prince George's County Democratic Central Committee is that we do not endorse, we do not pay for, we do not produce, or we don't even endorse candidates during the primary election cycle. And it just clarifies what the Central Committee does not do.
We think it's meant to mislead voters. And we all understand that we all want to advertise. It's fine to have slates where you come together and you decide, hey, we are a team. We realize we're on the same page when it comes to issues. But we learned that voters think this is actually the official Democratic sample ballot.
You know, the proposed resolution really has no teeth and no true meaning. It does two things. One is an admittance of fraudulent behavior by Democratic leadership in its current form. But the main thing is that it has it's redundant. It restates what their job is anyway. The language should basically reflect penalties as well as some true meaning.
Now, that Central Committee meeting tonight, 6:30 at the FOP Lodge in Upper Marlboro. Well, one of the candidates hoping to be Maryland's next governor stops by a local brewery to sip beer and talk about his health plan for the state. Ben Jealous and Denizens Brewing Company founder Julie Verratti tasted what they are calling PGC brew, named after Prince George's County. The two also discussed the challenges of running a small business and his state-based Medicare for All plan he says will help keep health care costs down.
The biggest question they should be asking is, how can we afford the current system? And the answer increasingly is, we can't. It's the #1 cause of bankruptcy in Maryland. We already have 350,000 Marylanders who don't have health care. And we have many more who have health care in name only, but they can't afford to even use it. So that's the big question, is how can we afford to maintain the current system? Again, the pharmaceutical companies see profit in it. They're using those profits to fund Larry Hogan's attack ad campaign. But as for the rest of us, small business people like me and Julie, we're stressed out.
And Jealous faces Hogan in the November election. As for Denizens, they're opening up their second Maryland location in Riverdale Park early next year. Well, with more political news, now we turn to Denise Douglas on the desk.
Thank you, Byron. Many people know Ben Jealous's face, but the person who could be the second in command may not be as familiar. Susan Turnbull would be the Lieutenant Governor of Maryland if Jealous is elected governor. She has a master's degree in urban studies from the University of Maryland. She served as vice chair of the Democratic National Committee from 2005 to 2009. She was also the chair of both the DNC's Women's Caucus and its Women's Leadership Forum. We talked with her about the campaign and the importance of her role as a woman on the ticket.
I think that what we can see right now is that across our state we have more women running for office because people are looking for something a little different, and that little different is the experiences that we bring to the office. I'm so happy to be here with Congressman Hoyer's lunch that celebrates women. It celebrates our experience, it celebrates our interest in making sure that people get better education, that have affordable health care, and that our kids, our grandchildren have opportunities.
Turnbull lives in Bethesda. She is married and has 2 children. Maryland Attorney General Brian Frost joins a new brief in a lawsuit to block the Federal Communications Commission's rollback of net neutrality. Frost is part of a coalition of 23 attorneys general that filed suit earlier this year, urging the U.S. Court of Appeals to vacate and reverse the FCC's order. Net neutrality requires that internet service providers offer equal access to all web content, regardless of the source. Well, grab your umbrella and rain boots because a flood warning is in effect. The National Weather Service has issued the alert for the Baltimore and Washington, D.C. regions. Areas that may be affected include Bowie, Clinton, Forestville, Upper Marlboro, Fort Totten, and Gallaudet University. The warning means that flooding is imminent or occurring. You are urged to take precautions until 8 o'clock tonight. And this just in, we got some information about some road closures that you will definitely want to know about. Now, roadways in Ritchie Marlboro Road under the Beltway, that's closed because of standing water. Also, Forestville Road at Rena Road, Old Branch Avenue, Alley Road, and the 6200 block of Suitland Road between Suitland Parkway and 7 and 11. So the big message is to be careful and drive safely out.